This is Fox 31 News.
Welcome back, 7:43 right now. You know, every photo has a story. They say that. But these photos have a pretty awesome story that go with them. They were taken by a photographer battling cancer who was told he could not pursue his photography the way he wanted to, the way he'd been doing it for years because of his chemotherapy. So he decided, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out a way to do it anyways. Scott Wilson is an award-winning photographer. We are honored to have him here today. Scott, how are you?
Thank you.
Good to have you. It says Sam in the corner. I don't know why. We're just going to call you Sam today. I'll call you Scott. Scott, so first and foremost, let's talk about the cancer.
Sure.
It wasn't even that long ago when you found out that you had cancer. How did that all come to fruition? I mean, did you have symptoms?
Yeah, thank you, Kurt. In fact, it's a year almost to the day that I began my chemotherapy process. I think I was already an alert. My mother died at quite a young age, so I was already primed to suspect these kind of things. But to be honest, we'd just moved to Colorado. We'd been here a year. We were enjoying the outdoors. I felt fit as a fiddle, top of the world, and then found a couple of blood spots. But I knew what to do. I knew to go and get screened, and it turned out that was stage 4 already, so a very advanced cancer.
But then you went through the chemo, and the photosensitivity was the issue. You can't be outside taking pictures when you've got major photosensitivity issues, right?
Correct. There's a drug called panitumumab, which was saving my life, but it was also giving me a very red face and some skin conditions. My oncologist warned me, just try and avoid sunlight. So I was like, that's a double punch.
Easy for you to say, Doc.
Yeah, you've told me I have cancer, and now I can't take photographs. So I tried to find a way I could shoot from the shade of my car, and it turned out Colorado Parks and Wildlife was very much the answer.
Because you've got roads that are close to actual wildlife, hence the name of the book, Through the Window, this photo book that you have now. Really cool, I mean, because you had to develop kind of a way to do this without exposing yourself, right?
Yeah, and basically I was shooting from inside the car, and it was just so different from my landscape photography career. It's a completely different genre, and just staying in the shade, but it just gave me a mindset around survival and recovery, and really supported me feeling positive through what should have been quite a dark period.
Now, has the photosensitivity issues, have they gone away, or is that something you'll live with for a long time?
Interesting, I was prescribed NED, which is no evidence of disease, just a month ago, so there's no evidence of cancer. However, the one maintenance drug is the panitumumab, so that will keep my face red for a while, but honestly, Kirk, it's a small price to pay.
Yeah, and will you continue to take photos through the window, if you will?
Absolutely, and I've developed a real passion for wildlife. I'm now returning slowly to landscape as well, so you can certainly look out for more landscape and wildlife photography.
I mean, so here's the deal. You look at these wildlife pictures, and that wasn't your jam 2 years ago. You didn't do wildlife photography. That wasn't your thing, yet you're amazing at it. Did you learn a lot of things about yourself through this experience?
I learned a lot about strength of mind and learning, and I mean, I have very much of a growth mindset, so I like to learn no matter what age I am. And there are certainly tricks and techniques that I learned through the process. So neuropathy, for example, is a condition that you have where it's like pins and needles in your hands and legs. That's a side effect of the chemo. And I realized quite quickly I was trying to shoot something, and I couldn't feel the shutter release. So I put a little paint spot on the shutter release, which acted like a braille dot, so I could always feel what I was trying to do. So you develop these little techniques as you go through the illness that just allow you to keep shooting.
And you don't realize the senses you use, that all of a sudden when you don't have them, oh my gosh, like I can't shoot the same way. All right, so the proceeds from your photo book are going to a great cause, obviously related to what you've gone through.
So every cent from the book will go to the Colon Cancer Alliance. They're absolutely on a mission to knock cancer out of the top 3 cancers. It's currently the second biggest cancer killer of men and women in the US today, so it's a big deal, but it's easily preventable if it's discovered at the right. So there's 2 causes here. One is to raise funds for the Alliance, the other is to just encourage people to have preventative treatment. You know, if you have any concerns, get a colonoscopy.
And in the meantime, you get to look at some awesome pictures. I mean, honestly, for you to tell me, oh yeah, I wasn't really a wildlife photographer, you should see my pictures.
You're very kind, thank you.
They're fantastic. CCalliance.org. ColonCancerAlliance.org is the website where you can buy this book, and again, the proceeds go to help. I'm going to post a link on my Facebook page as well. Scott, pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us, and I'm so glad that you're making it through this.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, let's get over to Greg now. Greg, I want to see your